Hi everyone, welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name is David, this channel is Demar's Coaching, and I'm answering your guys' questions from last week. Please go down below and in the comment section, ask me anything you want. Come back next Monday for my answer. Let me know what you think of my answer. Let me know if I missed your question, if I didn't understand it, things like this, or you don't understand my answer. And keep the dialogue going if you want to know more about your question, okay? All I ask is you guys, please leave us your locations. Let us know where you are in the world. A lot of us like to know that. We feel like we're kind of together, not alone. It's not just us. It's not just where I live. And if you haven't already, please consider signing a petition I started. Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. It's global. It's for everybody. It's the #1 cause of young people taking their lives today. And if you want to support this petition and stop that and help these people suffering from stuff like this, please sign the petition. All you got to do is follow the link down below, sign it, and that's it. Everyone in the world. I appreciate you doing that. And if you don't want to sign it, I appreciate to hear why. Thank you. So let's get into the questions. There's a lot of them, a lot of good questions. So I'm going to try to get through them. I don't like the videos to be very long. I feel like a lot of people can't get through them or don't even click on them when they're that long. So I will definitely answer everyone's question. Like I said, if I ever miss one, let me know. Please tell me. L. Leonard from Tasmania. Hello. When I had felt unwell, he would become more unwell than me. Basically, he made sure sympathy, care, love, and full attention was directed upon him. Why do they do this to the one they claim to love ever so much? Well, you just said it. Because they want sympathy, care, love, and full attention on them instead of you. You can't be a bigger victim than them. That's their whole life narrative. That's how they get what they want in life instead of earn it. You feel sorry for me. Yeah? Instead of didn't earn it. Yeah. We could call that, we should call that didn't earn it. D-E-I. D-I, didn't earn it. That's it. Yeah. If the attention was on you, then they would have to give you attention. They don't like that. They want the attention. And you have to understand that giving people power in a relationship is what you guys have done. And we can do this, like I've said before, about paying for dates and giving and caring for them all the time. But what if they're always a victim? What if it's poor them, right? You can't hold me accountable because of my childhood. Remember, in my childhood, I was molested. So I'm very sensitive about these things. And you're like, I'm sensitive about cleaning the house. Don't say that. My mom used to get on to me all the time about cleaning. I was her slave. She made me clean all the time. So don't do that to me. And you're like, well, shoot. So we're just never going to. Okay, I'm cleaning the house from now on. Okay. Because you can't go there, can't go here, can't go here, can't go there, can't. So you pretty much don't need to do anything, and I do everything for you. Guess who has all the power? They do. Don't try to take it from them. Sarah from Wisconsin. What the hell is wrong with Shonda von der Ark? Well, I didn't know who that was, so I went and looked it up, watched the video. She's pretty disgusting. I think it's safe to say she has antisocial personality disorder. I would say she's in the, remember the dark triad, high in psychopathy, high in narcissism, high in Machiavellianism. It seems like she's definitely a sadist. So when someone hates the world this much, they may take it out on individuals or all of society, like mass shooters, right? Or I might direct it on one individual only. She tortured her young child, tortured him daily, from starvation to force feeding hot sauce to dunking in ice baths to, just torture after torture. And she enjoyed it. She liked it. She found pleasure. She derived pleasure by making him suffer, by her doing the one doing it. This is clearly, she was tortured growing up. She had lost all power in childhood. It's very common with molestation. That's why people who've been molested, it's like 70-something% go and molest other children. They're taking their power back. They had no childhood. They robbed another childhood of theirs, another child of their childhood. Some of them know this. And in court, she cried, huh? Well, she pretended. There were no tears. And it's because she doesn't think what she did is wrong. But she knows that we do. And even psychopaths hate exile. They fear exile. There's one fear a psychopath has. Even a person with no conscience, with no empathy, no sympathy, no remorse, that love to torture you and derive pleasure from it. They don't want everyone to know. They don't want to exile. They don't want to be gone away from society, thrown out into the desert, walked out the gates where you have society here for you that gives you what you need and want and protects you. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. I've watched a ton of cases like this. I've watched interrogations a lot, and I've seen a lot of people interrogated like this. Classic psychopath, sociopath, antisocial, that was tortured in her childhood, lost all her power, and now feels powerful when she sees how she can make people suffer. Hates the world and takes it all out on that little individual. So sad. So sad. Sally from Canada. Hi, Sally. What is an avoidant personality? Are their behaviors similar to narcissist personality? Could be, sure. Yeah, so an avoidant personality is someone who avoids maybe commitment, connections, intimacy, social events, things like this. They may very much isolate, not go out much, not put themselves out there much, not engage with people, not be vulnerable, scared of intimacy, having sex, but they want it, but they hold back from all these different things in life. A lot of you might feel like that now. Maybe you weren't like that, so you don't necessarily have an avoidant personality. Maybe this is situational. I know that's why people ask about this. When it starts causing a lot of negative effects in your life, and it's pervasive in all areas of your life, and it's a consistent pattern throughout your life, then you might have avoidant personality disorder, the absolute fear of rejection, humiliation. Yeah. I mean, we all conform in society out of fears of rejection and humiliation. I think social shame is a good thing. That's why my overweight grandmother isn't running down the street naked. That's why that doesn't happen almost at all. Things like that. Public shame. People with personality disorders are a little bit oblivious to this public shame and do things that they think is acceptable, and they're not. So an avoidant personality, and then a disorder would be the bigger negative effects, constant pervasive pattern throughout your life. You might just be avoidant right now because of your past experiences. Very low in confidence, not trusting, hypervigilance, things like this. May not be necessarily that your whole personality has changed. It might. It might. Let me know if you have any other questions about that, Sally. Thank you. And Resolute, decide. Don't know where you're from. Be nice to know where you guys are. Tell us your locations, please. Thank you. That actually gave me an epiphany at 5 minutes 47 seconds in the video. Thinking about it now, I should have arrived here a long time ago, honestly. I gave away my identity over and over again just because I thought I could give that to people who had none themselves. Damn, what does that say about me? Honestly, there's a pattern there that I can't figure out, but I'm close enough now to see that it's definitely a pattern. Well, stuff like this typically comes from our childhood, conditioned behaviors. And a big part of it may be how you felt in childhood. Things like this. We might feel like we have to do more for someone for them to find value in us. May have a little bit of self-worth issues too. Just guessing. I don't know. I don't know if you're asking me. Sorry if you're not. Hello from Penrose, Colorado. Hello, JL4091. I've been learning for 9 years about my toxic family. I feel like I'm about 90% better than I used to be. I still have a sadness about it all when I think about the unfairness of the situation and wonder if the sadness ever goes away completely. I guess my question is, what does 100% recovery look like if it's even possible? Well, of course it's possible. Everyone's able to heal from any traumas that we have. Certainly this one. Well, it's a good question. A lot of people ask this. We might be healing all the time for the rest of our lives from something. It may be a process more than, just a cut that scabs over. There might be more to it, an understanding of it, a learning of it, how to avoid that again. Why did we fail? What were we going for? What do we want? How do we be successful? But recovery from trauma. Our memories are emotionally significant, emotionally charged. And so we don't remember everything that happened, just parts of our life that were significant. emotionally. Once this experience is not emotionally significant anymore, we can recall it, may have troubles remembering, but we can recall it, and we don't have the emotions associated with it of fears and anxieties and sadness and depression, things like this, betrayal and things like this. We don't feel it anymore. And you can see this when someone's talking about it. Very common for people that are traumatized to, oh my God, and they touch on the big topics like someone has a traumatic event and calls the police and the police show up. What a police is looking for to make sure you're telling the truth is, oh my God, he had a knife, I was running, he hit me, stabbed me, he said this, and it could be jumping around in different parts, all the highlights, right? And a lot of you guys are like that right now, and people listening are like, oh God. So you'll pick up on this, people talking about their traumas, yeah? You'll see the emotions, the affect, you'll hear it in their voice. Whereas, yeah, I had a not very healthy marriage. Yeah, I went through quite a bit, learned a lot, took me a while to recover before I could enter a new relationship. Big difference. Do you see that? An understanding of it. A lot of you guys say, nobody understands. Well, think of a teacher. Think of, 90% of a classroom saying, I don't understand what the teacher's saying. That wouldn't be good, would it? My guess would be the teacher doesn't quite understand it themselves. So if you can't relay this to other people and they can't understand it at all, we probably need to understand it better ourselves. Part of healing, I believe. To know why this happened, to understand whose fault it is, yeah. To be able to own something from it, things like this. Okay? Do you understand your experience? Still a lot of bad emotions tied to it. We're still recovering. We're still healing. Like we're all capable of healing from this, but it's a life process. I couldn't tell you the day I stopped healing. I couldn't tell you. I could give you a rough estimate. And as the years went by, I kept thinking, that's it. I'm healed. I'm healed. And another year or two would go by, and I'd say, oh my gosh, now I'm healed. I wasn't quite healed then. Now I am. And another year or two goes by and go, gosh, I'm even more healed now than I was then. And I thought I was 100%. See? I was definitely okay to have a relationship, recovered, felt okay. I understood it pretty well. But there's always more. There's always more understanding and learning and forgiving ourselves, isn't there? Maybe. I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. And good luck on your journey. Talk. We heal from this by talking. So if you're not going to, I'm not going to say you're not going to heal, but it's going to be a rough journey. It might be the rest of your life. This whole experience you had a year ago, 4 years ago, might end up being your entire life. Brighton Fame 1. Thanks for the response. Oh, I'm sorry, down here. Rob from Australia. Hi, Rob. Thanks for the response. How hard is it to find someone to talk to that isn't ignorant of these issues? You just found someone. Me. Someone else? You will. There's professionals in every country where I've helped, pretty much every country. I have heard of, found professionals that understand this. There's a lot that don't, though, and I'm sorry. A lot of bad mechanics. Might have to find a new mechanic or two sometimes. So I don't think it's easy, but they're out there. Nico Suave. Can't remember where you're from, Nico Suave. Good to see you again. Your videos are always helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you. I was wondering if you could do a video on avoidant attachment style. I only recently pinpointed that this is what I've been dealing with the past 2 years. Thank you. Keep up the great work. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. So I just covered attachment personality and avoidant personality and avoidant personality disorder. And so an avoidant attachment style is when we attach to people in our adulthood, we feel the same way as we did when we first attached to our parents. And that's decided by the amount of attention we got And so the avoidant got little to none. Little to none. The extreme example would be an institutionalized baby who never had a family or parents or loved one or emotional needs met. Just food, water, clothing, sleep, drugs. That's it. And so they don't feel good when they attached to their parents in childhood. Extremely anxious. Extremely. No sense of self and things like this. So in adulthood, they want everything we do. They want intimacy, they want a partner, they want friends, they want commitment, and they seek this out, right? They aren't very conscious of it usually. And they'll seek this out and they'll jump right into a big relationship, and the second they feel too close, like attachment or something smothered, they just instantly push you away. You'll see this in the bed jumper narcissist, right? The man who just seeks out these quick, short relationships. Boom, boom, boom. And they'll dive right in and, oh yeah, you're the only one. I just think you're amazing. And they want you to think they're amazing, and then boom, dump you. Go right to the next one. And they keep safe this way. Their anxiety builds up too much. This is common with like borderlines who split on you, think you're so amazing, idealized, and then, oh God, you're a horrible person. That's that avoidant attachment style. They start to attach to you, and they think it's love, and then they get real scared, and their fears surface, and then they perceive one bad thing you did as wrong, or and you're a rapist, right? I think a part of this is to keep safe. There's a little bit mixed in with the avoidant personality, with the avoidant attachment style. Good thing about this is attachment styles can change with therapy and being vulnerable and learning to have some confidence in these areas that they're so scared of. People like us who are growing up neglected and abused a little bit, and a lot of you guys, so I don't think so, I had a good childhood, and then you're in these relationships with people that break up with you, and you wait for them, and you're not really sure where the relationship is, and that's anxious. That's unsure, anxious attachment style. That's the biggest one growing now with less and less attention. But the avoidant is extreme. If you value emotional connection and intimacy and things like this, you're not going to do well with someone who's avoidant. Period. And geeks. I know that's Ben. Where are you from? I forgot where you're from, Ben. God, I want to say Florida or something. Hey, David, thank you for answering my last question. I have another one regarding the same issue. So she's not just a coworker, but the owner of the company. She told me that I was the most interesting person she ever met, which is weird coming from a married woman. It's very weird. It's weird that it's true. It's weird that she would tell you. The job does not pay well at all, and I'm surviving off $55 a week. I work 6 days a week. You work 6 days a week, and you have $55 left. I'm sorry. For her, then go to church with her and her husband on Sunday. So basically you're with her every single day. She's giving, and you get very little money from this, but she will give you some money too, and then you feel gross. Your rent is weekly, so quitting would make me homeless again. Any advice would be great. Thanks. Take advantage of what you have. You have an opportunity right now, don't you? You had the opportunity of getting this job, of having a place to live, and now you have some support. Take advantage of this, Ben. And know exactly what you want, and keep that right in front of you and work towards that, Ben. And don't let anything sidetrack you. Okay? I'm serious. You want my recommendation? I don't like to tell people what to do, but I would consider spending all your energy and extra time that you have not going to church. I said it, I know. Even if you're religious, maybe God can take a break from your praise, and you can go find a job. Another job, maybe pays more, maybe away from this person. Okay? In boundaries, Ben, boundaries. Start being really, really clear and aware of how she makes you feel, and write it down, and then write down a really nice way to tell her, and then do it. Because if you hurt her feelings and you said it really nice, she's the one with the problem, Ben. And if we stay quiet to avoid any kind of conflict, we usually get screwed. Okay? Stop telling her anything. Don't tell her anything anymore. And just go find a new job. What I would do. And just be appreciative of what you have and take advantage of it as much as you can right now to help yourself. Okay? She wants the best for you, she says. She's trying to help you, she says. So go for it. Okay? Understand what how people make you feel. And if giving you money doesn't feel good, do everything you can to not accept it. Okay? Because we are creatures of comfort and we just want to be comfortable, and we might think on the daily, how can I be more comfortable today and today and today and today? Basically, it's not change, not do anything, and just try and deal with this the way it is and accept it. I don't think that's what you want, man. So figure out what you want, keep it right in front of you, and do it. All right? Good luck. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hi, Victoria. My therapist has me working on acceptance. This one's a little tricky. I don't want to go back to accepting people's BS. Acceptance is just a wonderful value. I value it so much, and I work every single day to be better at it. I'll never be perfect, but I will be better. I've accepted I'm never going to be perfect at it. Big difference, Victoria. Big difference of accepting who someone is showing you they are and accepting them in your life. I don't think that's what your therapist is suggesting, that we get better at accepting toxic people in our lives. Nope. Or getting better at accepting people's bullshit. No. We get better at accepting that they're full of shit, and that's why it comes out of their mouth so much. Instead of saying and making up excuses and blaming ourselves, we just say, this person's gross, negative, I don't want it in my life. I'll accept them for who they are and move on. Big difference, Victoria. Okay? A lot of things that we can be better at accepting our own misfortunes and our own mistakes and our own failures. Accepting what we cannot control. How about that? I can't control that the person I love is so sick and so toxic, and I can't help them. I have to accept that this is who they are and this is who they're going to be, and I need to stop trying to change them. I mean, help them change when they don't want to. Right? Yeah. It's great, don't we? We come up, and here's the problem, right? We have standards, and we have likes and dislikes and all these things, but we don't think about it before we let someone in our life. We think about it afterwards, and we let them in their life, and then we go, God, doesn't match this, doesn't match this, doesn't match this, doesn't match. So toxic, so sick, you can't do this, oh my God. And then we find all these things that we don't like about them that are wrong and negative and gross, and then we say, okay, so here's what we do. First, you're going to go do this, and you're going to go to the therapist, and then I'm going to take you down there, and then we're going to change this, and we're going to totally change who you are so that you start treating me better and I start feeling better, okay? Help. Be careful of the word help, and be careful of how we also use it. Laura Rodriguez from the Healing Family from California here. Hello. This is one example of what kind of family my ex-fiance came from. This is going to be bad. Her ex is toxic as hell. He would share that as he was growing up, he witnessed many awful things. This is one of them. He witnessed many times his sister, who was caring for a newborn in the family, when those babies would cry and cry, his sister would pick up the newborn from one leg and shake him upside down over and over. That shaking baby, that's actual type of murder. Wow. That's awful and sickening to my stomach. He said that seemed normal to him, since that is how he grew up. He said he knew no better. I would tell him that was not normal, and he said I was teaching him normal stuff. Who is this guy? Huh? You're teaching him, you're teaching me normal stuff. At least I thought I was. What are your thoughts on his sister doing this? To me, there is some mental illness there with the sister as well. What do you think? You think so? You think that there might be some mental illness there? There's one sound that cannot be more alarming to any human being on this planet. Anybody know what that is before I tell you? A baby crying. Doesn't it just get to you? Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make me want to kill the baby. It makes me want to pick it up and comfort it. That's what it's supposed to do to 99 point whatever percent of the rest of us. Yeah. That's why it's so bad. That's why a sound can be much more louder and obnoxious, but the baby crying, oh my God, it draws you to it, doesn't it? You just go like this. That's normal. Picking it up and shaking it, trying to kill it, because that's what you're doing, is unbelievable. Mental illness, I think so. I can't help but think that maybe you're a psychopath or a sociopath. Yeah. But what's more alarming, I think, because I know she knows that's wrong, he thinks it's normal. You're teaching me normal stuff. Now I won't kill babies since you told me it's wrong. I mean, you need to be taught that's wrong. No, we don't. No, we don't. It's in here. It's in here. It's in every goddamn gene of ours. Not just self-preservation, but preserving society, or we wouldn't be here, period. Thank God it's a small percentage of people like this that we can still survive with them. Because if it was a lot bigger, we wouldn't. Yeah, it's sick. There's something extremely wrong with both of them. You have to be taught. You have to be taught to not try to kill babies. It's the biggest thing ingrained in us. Our brain's number one, survival. Number two is why. Number two is to procreate. Stay alive long enough to procreate. That's it. Anyone that goes against that, there's something wrong, not functioning. If I can't preserve myself and I just walk off bridges, yeah, drink poison, who cares? Not want to procreate at all, hate children, hate babies, want to kill them. Something's wrong. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Emily from South Africa. Hi, Emily. Does the Maslow's hierarchy of needs still work and describes human motivation, or has a better theory been discovered? I don't know about a better theory, Emily, but if I remember right, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is how he explains how we become our true self. Authentication from child, no conscience, no self-awareness, to who we fully become, right? And the problem with that is that we're just all so different. When you look at that, you're like, well, yeah, maybe, no, well, God, does it apply to me? What does it mean if it doesn't apply to me? I'm not exactly like this, and nor should we be, and we don't tell people what to do, just like we don't tell people what your purpose is or why you're here, right? We don't do that. You can tell more than welcome to tell people what your opinion is for yourself, but we're just so different. We're too different for someone to come up with something like this. It wouldn't matter if there's something else or something better. It wouldn't apply to everyone anyway. Make sense? Thanks, Emily. Melissa Horton from Australia. Lots of Australians today. Hi. What are the signs of knowing a man is a decent person or not? I'm rather old-fashioned in my ways and independent. Not many men have good morals and value these days. Why would you say that? And you do understand that I'm a man. So are you telling me I don't have morals and values these days, or are you asking me because you think I'm one of the few that does? Maybe. But I'm sorry that you feel that way and you believe that way. That is an opinion, it's like you're saying it like it's fact, and it's not true. This is from our own experience. This is a sign that where it might be a little depressed. Not many have good morals and values these days. That's just not true. I have a great relationship with my family and friends. I just seem to pick bad men. So are your family and friends all women? So I'm not going to tell you what a good person is or a decent person is. We all have different definitions of that. People aren't just good or bad or decent or not. So the best advice I have for you, Melissa, is find out exactly what you value. And maybe start, if you write a list down, start with morals first. And come up, the more you come up with, the greater self-awareness you have. And once you know what all these things that you very much value, you said good morals and values, whatever those are to you, that anyone in your life has to value the same thing. That's it. That's your standards. And if you said you have a great relationship with my family and friends, they must value the same things you value. And that's it. That's it. Because there's a lot of people that don't value those things. So you want to ask them what a decent moral person is, right? We don't have to worry about good or bad. We just worry about who we are. And everything else can be the different, or you can try and make it the same in life, different parts of who we are. But the values are the one thing that have to be the same. Otherwise, we compromise what we value if we allow people in our life that don't value the same things. And it is going to be absolutely stressful. Yeah. I mean, you can just take one, honest. You value honesty. You can't have people in your life that don't. It just isn't going to work. And then you got to throw away that value, that moral value of yours anymore. Because you can't say I value honesty, but everyone in my life's a total scumbag. Yeah, they'll lie to you. Okay, that's your standard list, Melissa, and try to have more faith in human beings, the other half. Okay? We do have lots of morals. Human beings. Austin from Idaho. Idaho? Just kidding. Can you give a brief explanation of why borderline narcissists would want to baby trap somebody? I feel like I dodged many bullets in the toxic relationship I was in, and believe she tried to baby trap me. She discarded me and had the replacement lined up, and 2 or 3 months later she was pregnant with the new guy. I was completely devastated and broken and confused. It's been about a year since the discard and ghosted. Okay, so again, remember, we stay alive enough to procreate. That's what we're programmed to do. So is she, right? And we do this by healthy, eventually meeting someone that we care a lot about and build a friendship, and we fall in love and realize we can't live without each other, and we get married, and because that's the next step. We want to share our love and our unity and all this, and then we want to, what's the next step? Oh God, we can actually make another human being together. Our love can produce another human being. It's beautiful. It's a great process, but they can't do that. They aren't going to do that. And they hate themselves so much, they know you will too. Gotta hurry. Gotta be fast. Gotta move fast here. Yeah? Right? It'd be like if I want a huge loan from you and I don't want to give you any information. Come on, give it to me. Just sign it. Come on. Don't look up my stuff. No, you're going to know I have horrible credit and I've screwed over everybody that's ever loaned me money. No. Just do it. Come on, right now. See, I'm nice. I make you feel good, right? I'm pretty, cleavage. And we go out and have a good time. I'll have sex with you right away. Yeah, I'll give you money, whatever you want. Let's just have a baby, right? Can you see that? And she goes on to write to someone else so she had a baby with someone she didn't even know yet. God, Jesus. When we get further away from who we are, we align with what we are. And when this thing takes over, we're in trouble, man. We are in trouble. And that's her. Has no sense of self, who she is at all. This takes over, and we're gonna stay alive, and we're gonna have babies right away, and we're gonna get married, and that's what we're supposed to do right away. And I hate myself so much, and anybody that gets to know me is gonna hate me too, so I better hurry, or they're just gonna leave me. It could be literally just an extreme measure of fear of abandonment. 16-year-olds have babies, and they don't care about the father because they just want someone to love them. Because the 60-year-old doesn't know who they are and doesn't love themselves yet. Hope I answered your question. Let me know. Thanks. Snackwell from Baston. Do narcs typically also have hypochondria? I couldn't tell you what the odds are, but I would just say very common. Sure. Because this is a disorder of anxiety, of not knowing who I am, not caring for myself, can't, very insecure, can't comfort myself, tell myself it's going to be okay, right? I mean, all you got to do is watch enough commercials on TV now, you know? And if you're not very sure of yourself, you're going to think you have 100 different diseases and you need all these medications and you're dying, right? That's what the media and that's what, commercials want you to believe today, that you're dying and you need our drugs. Yeah. So imagine if you're not very stable with who you are, that kind of sinks in a little bit. We've got just hypervigilance. We've got, and people will, I got to remain the victim narrative. So there's always something wrong with me. I worry because I have anxiety. I can't control things and I try to control stuff. So I can't be accepted. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get a disease. I hear people, you can't even say the C word, not that C word, cancer word, don't say, it's like, say I race cars and you're never allowed to talk about a car crash. See, like I'm inevitably going to get one, but you can't talk about it. Yeah. I would say yes, common. But they also use it as a lie. I mean, I couldn't believe the show I watched a couple years ago. I literally watched a female narcissist drop a tiny little package of turkey that was almost empty, and it hit next to her foot, but she didn't know I saw that, and she was like, oh, my foot. Is that hypochondria? Or is that Munchausen, right? Or are we just on the spectrum? Maybe not the disorder. Yeah. Hope I made sense. Rory from Ohio. Hello, Rory. Happy Monday, David. I hope you had an enjoyable weekend and start of a new week. I am so far. Do you think you could give a bit of a backstory of what led you up to starting your Stop Online Narcissistic Bullying Petition? Thank you, David. Sure. I started this channel March of 2016, so 8.5 years ago. And almost 8 years ago, I had another channel who pretended to be here and helping people with narcissism and stuff like I do. She contacted me, tried to get to talk to me, and I didn't really want much to do with her. I could tell she was toxic reasonably quick and just straight up said, I want nothing to do with you. And she thought I was going to expose her and make videos about her. So she immediately came out making videos about me, got lots of attention. Her channel grew from it, stole like 10,000 subscribers of mine. That were toxic enough and stupid enough to believe it, the things she was saying, and it just morphed into hundreds of videos, getting other people to do it, all illegal stuff. And I just could never get help. Wouldn't matter. Didn't matter. Any social media didn't care. Police don't care. Nobody, literally, just nobody. And I can't even get I can't even get a third of you to care about it. I can't get a third of your guys' support. Most of you, almost all of you, won't have anything to do with the petition. You won't help me with it. You won't even just sign it. I get people down there saying this is BS. It's against my freedom of speech. Only if you want to attack and smear people. That's what it's against. It's not against freedom of speech, guys. There's a big difference from attacking someone publicly in videos and try to get 100 people, 200, 300, 400, 5,000, 1,000, 5,000 people to attack you in all areas of your life, all these unstable people that might take your life because that's what they want. They want you to take your own life or someone to take your life because it's a contest, it's a competition now, and they got to win. They have no life. So I started this petition after I saw it affecting so many others. It didn't bother me very much, honestly, until recently, 2 years ago, I saw it really affecting and damaging other people. And I realized not only is it the number one reason young people took their lives, but I saw adults and someone I know take their life from this. It's awful. And it's not what people are doing that's causing people to take their lives, guys. It's because there's no support that they're taking their lives. And if all it takes is to touch one button, a link, and that's it, I just don't understand why you wouldn't. It has nothing to do with your freedom of speech. You can go on my channel. You still can. You can go and say whatever you want to me. That's fine. I welcome it. I don't mind enemies either. But the pervasive online attacks to try to get me to take my life or to try to get someone else to kill me, because I've had all kinds of death threats. I've had people try to find me now. I have to remain anonymous, my address, everything. It's just disgusting. And it's all because of one person that gets to do whatever they want and not get stopped. The only thing that stopped her was being exposed. knowing that she was spending her entire life, every minute of her life, doing this to all kinds of different people. And when it all came up and everybody found out, it stopped for now. And I'm sure it'll continue because these people never get a life. They don't know how to create a life. It's not lost where they have to find it. Yeah. So I'm hoping that I can save someone from taking their life. I hope that I can stop a monster, a piece of shit online that's trying to destroy society and destroy people's lives. I'm hoping I can stop it even just a little. I can't for myself. Nobody cares enough to help me. Nobody cares enough to stop the person doing it to me. Nobody cares to do anything about it. And maybe it just feels better for me to just start this petition for others. That's all I can do, right? That's it. That's all I can do. I can either do that or become a politician and try to change the laws. I can't think of anything else. Would love to hear any advice. That's why. And thanks for asking, Rory. And thank you, all of you who support that petition. I really appreciate it. Emily from South Africa again. Is rumination the same thing as people arguing with you in your head? Or would that be something different? If it's real voices you're hearing, Emily, right, that's psychosis. If you're literally hearing someone on there telling you what to do. But if we kind of have this kind of ongoing conversation in our head, it sounds like rumination. I used to say, most of my life I used to have my father's voice. It took me a while to even realize that was just my father saying, that's stupid. Don't do that. That's dumb. Oh, you want that? Who cares? Stuff like that. Just constant that. Yeah, not in my head anymore. My voice, my inner voice is now positive and loving and caring and forgiving and compassionate. And then you asked, is hypoglycemia a common symptom of CPTSD? Yes, it is. Diabetes and heart disease is extremely common with CPTSD. Not enough love. That's the trauma. Not enough love. And if I don't get enough love, my heart hurts until it causes a disease. Do you understand that? Like imagine I always had problems just saying something and you get that lump in your throat. God, I'd imagine long enough you might get some problems here in your throat. Yeah, I do. That's just making sure that's all the questions. I think so. Yes, it is. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for all your questions. I hope you understand my answers. Let me know, please. And please consider signing the petition and sharing your responses, asking questions to keep this thing going. Thank you. More than anything, though, make sure you guys have a beautiful week and love yourself first. Thanks. Bye-bye.